Hello, everyone, and welcome to Topflight. Welcome to our crazy superhero RPG. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, GM.
Hi.
Very formal.
I try to be formal sometimes on important sessions like this. You know, session 9, this is in literally every game I've ever played. Session 9 is where things get serious. It's also famous in comic books. You know, number ones, those are a dime a dozen. But how every issue number 9 of every famous comic book, tell me one that's not like the most sought after issue. Justice League 9, remember that? Oh boy. Batman number 9. No.
Detective Pikachu number 9.
Detective Pikachu number 9. Is that?
Yes.
Does Detective Pikachu have a comic?
Engine number 9.
I'm sure it does.
Oh, let's make a comic book called Revolution, and then issue number 9 can be Revolution number 9. Listen, guys, enough about dumb comments that I say. We got a fun game to get into here. I do want to check in with how all of our players are doing tonight. What's going on? Does anyone have things they want to talk about or like plug in a like that kind of way? I know that we don't, unfortunately. I'm hosting this game tonight in terms of actual like technology instead of KJ, who's not present. But that means we don't have our handy little like overlay saying everyone's social handles if they want to get those out. But I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I can plug a thing. Our first true episode of Blood from the Stone will be this Friday. Our horror-based show that Philip will also be running with a different cast of characters. So if you like horror of any kind, if you like slasher, if you like gothic, there's probably going to be something in there for you.
Also, there will be things that are not for you, but you'll have to watch them anyway. That is true. Yes, we can definitely plug our own show. It's going to be interesting. We had a sort of a session 0 prologue rolling up some characters. Pierce rolled up a character for that as well as a couple for some of our.
That is just has one trait where they are very strong.
Actually,
basically.
It's pretty. As a carnival strongman, basically.
Yep.
It's gonna be fun stuff. And
Stefan
I think
the Burly.
You will definitely see some Topflight faces popping up in that game because there's going to be a high body count, a lot of player turnover. Very excited about it. That is going on, and very good. But I guess if that's kind of all please.
I'd like to just plug just going outside. You know, it's getting warmer. It's sunny and it's warm, and we all need some fresh air. We've all been cooped up for about 15, 16 months. And yeah, just remember, get that sun. Vitamin D is good for you and for your mental health.
That is absolutely true.
Counterpoint, I went outside today and it was awful. It was too hot.
But it's a dry heat, so if you go in the shade, you're fine.
Here is what I'll throw out there. If you go outside, just sunscreen, okay? Come on, guys.
I do also want to plug sunscreen.
I want to plug sunscreen into every pore I have. Now that I'm fully vaccinated against chickenpox, I feel safe going outside and walking because I didn't like walking with the anti-chickenpox mask I was wearing. But now I go out and I actually walk outside, and it's very nice to breathe that wonderful air so close to the freeway where I live. That delicious smoke and just exhaust. It's a delightful thing to be outside in the,
and honestly,
as
now
Pierce
that
described it, hot sun.
Well, now that California is opening back up again and more people are driving, the smog is back better than ever, baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't any place that you think of that wouldn't be crowded, it's crowded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
Well, this got pleasant for about 3 minutes, and then it just got rough as per usual. So I think let's go ahead and jump into tonight's session. Now, we have an interesting situation here.
Oh,
because without KJ being immediately present, we may have a tie of our prologue. In order to prevent that, I am actually offering 3 options today. Now, it still could wind up in a tie, but this way, it's a little less likely. So here are your 3 options where you'd like to see a prologue. Option 1, the Cathedral. Option 2, Priority, Virginia. Option 3, can't think anyone will pick this one, the Rock Wall at the headquarters of the Joyous Guard.
Oh boy.
It's one clear vote to see what someone whose name is probably Schmucky Schmumper is up to.
I'll go 3.
3. Okay, that's it.
You can't.
Where were you going to vote, Pierce?
I think I was going to go for Project Virginia.
Priority Virginia? Can understand.
Priority Virginia.
Can understand why that would be a place to look. But instead, we will be checking in just across town from where you are. Atop a rock wall, a lone figure, cape rustling in the breeze, stares out at the city as the sun rises, thinking about America, thinking about heroism, thinking about duty.
I get it.
Red Rover, also sitting below, nods. I couldn't have said it better any better myself. Anyway, we'll now begin. We'll now begin our session. We'll be doing something that we really haven't done for the really at all over this. We're skipping ahead more than just 8 hours of sleep. We are sort of skipping ahead almost 12 hours. So congratulations. It is that would make it Tuesday. Hey, way to go. It is the next day. We'll say most of the morning has been taken up by you guys just kind of doing some standard, paperwork, learning your way around the Topflight Tower. Despite that very sort of disturbing message that Tatiana Temple made last night when she took over every TV in the world, nothing occurred overnight about that. One thing that will, however, happen sort of early on in this kind of housekeeping, getting yourselves up to speed situation is that Lumen will be sharing a book with you that she received from Valo. She'll kind of basically just present the information to you all. She will sort of explain what she's been told. I think we did hear some of that at the end of our last session. But basically, she's going to talk to you about something called Darkness the 44th from her home plane of Valo. This was a sort of mythical ancient enemy whom her people had to face, although as she sort of begins explaining it to you, this was yet another one of these sort of entities of pure darkness. It never actually made it to Valo proper, but it consumed numerous worlds, draining them of all life, vitality, and leaving them gray and dark. This was in the extremely ancient past, so the names of sort of important figures about it are not well known. A hero defeated it, but that hero's name is lost to time, but they believe the hero was from Valo. How they did this is uncertain, and the only sort of direct reference to it that is found in credible text was included in this book that she's been given. It was spoken by a sort of a figure in Valo called the Epiphanizer, who said the following. Or this is taken from an obscure verse. And said the Epiphanizer to the questioners gathered at Fane, has not the 44th fallen before reaching these lands? Trust in the light, for all is every. Salt seasons the food and stings the wound. Water quenches the throat and drowns the lung, for all is every. Thus in the arsenal of light, the cruelest of the 19 virtues is mercy, though it is also another. Lumen is not completely sure what this means, but she shares this text with you all, this information. Any portion of that can be repeated or summarized at your leisure, but she will tell you all that.
Could we have a scan run on the text to see if there's any sort of similar stories or myths in other areas of the galaxy that we know of?
Interesting. Yes, that could definitely be done. If you want to set, like, Synth Devil on that, that would sort of kind of take him away from any other tasks for a while, but he can certainly do that if you'd like.
Yeah.
Sure.
Seems fine.
Probably for the best.
Does any of that strike me from a historical place?
This would be history of, like, other planes. So I think it probably would not be like a history check you could necessarily make to that effect.
That's fair.
But you can roll a history check to see if it reminds you of any like Earth concepts. Sure, yeah.
Probably not. It's a 10.
Doesn't ring a bell. It's it certainly sounds sort of vaguely religious or biblical in its floweriness, which is not to be expected among the people from Valo. Again, it's sort of this explanation. You do know from she probably would be explaining this here that Lumen can tell you that there's this concept of the 19 virtues. For various reasons, we won't list all 19 of them now, but there are various virtues that are of the light, that are things that are sort of meant to represent being for light, for a good person, and mercy is certainly one of them. So the idea that, again, what the quote says, thus in the arsenal of light, the cruelest of the 19 virtues is mercy, though it is also another. She's not really sure what that means. That being said, without any sort of insight or whatever checks, you've all definitely kind of heard Lumen talk, and the idea that she comes from a civilization that has some really strange ancient mysteries, and kind of the upshot of all of them is that light good, dark bad, that,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that follows to you.
Well, and you said that there was Tatiana Temple getting on TV and saying that turn the world over to me, reject the superheroes, has had no effect we've seen such so far.
As of yet, you have not seen any effect. It's interesting, she didn't leave as much a call to action just as much as sort of saying, I'm not the bad guy here, basically, which is ironic, of course, for her to say, because she's clearly the bad guy. But...
Well, I'm a little at a loss, honestly.
Well, in regard to mercy, what if they're referring to a mercy killing? Because it's mercy, but it can be cruel. If they're I don't know.
Shinobi Red kind of says, "That is interesting." Or killing through mercy. What is the most merciful magic that we've seen the Valo produce?
Healing.
Which is how we killed the ones that came back. Didn't know what that means.
Lumen is saying everything from Valo's merciful. So, there you go. That is Lumen's contribution. Shinobi Red picks the book up and reads it a few times. Water quenches the throat and drowns the lung, for all is every. Yes. Huh.
I mean, that makes sense. That's how water works, right?
It's Paracelsus.
You know.
The poison makes the dose. In this case, the specifics of the application.
Right.
That is if this has any connection to this creature that's been created, which we don't know. But it aligns with something, certainly. The question is, if we were to heal that creature in an offensive manner, this god, I mean, how would we do that?
And to what extent, right? Like, if the thralls that it turned are the former members of Topflight into is one thing, but the source of it will probably need something much more powerful.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Right, as we were talking about the application, the dose.
I'm no expert on magic. Synth Devil is currently researching other things. Is this something any of you could have any expertise in? Anybody have Arcana, magic Arcana proficiency is what I'm acting.
Oh.
Let's see.
I believe
if
Lumen.
Lumen out there could potentially make a magic Arcana check in a nebulous sort of ether.
Yeah, in just an ethereal way.
As Lumen sort of stands there.
If she's just texting us through the Topflight phone.
It's funny because she's in the room, but for some reason she's choosing
exactly.
to text. Yeah.
Just doesn't want to speak.
And she's
You know what? I get that. I've been in those moods.
Yeah.
And she's a little better at texting on her sort of what did we decide the phones were called? Top
25?
25.
Mobile.
She's got a high modifier in that.
Top mobile.
Top Mobile is what
Yeah,
because
because they're T-Mobile. That's right.
Top Mobile, yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, Lumen. I would say that Lumen with a 25, and I having already been sort of mentioned from KJ that Lumen just shares everything all the time, always. I'll go ahead and directly let you know that she begins talking about like spellcasters. Certain kinds of spellcasters have some extremely powerful. Would Lumen in the ether want to add a hero dice to that, by the way, before I say anything? Probably. in chat, the reply was this friggin' guy. So
Yeah.
cool. But
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know that if there's combat, Lumen will probably be off doing anything, but for this for this section, I think Lumen's probably around, so maybe smoke him if you got him. Okay.
Yeah, D6 limit.
D6.
Throwing a D6 on, fair enough. A 3. A 28.
Oh.
Not bad. Not bad.
I mean, yes, very good, certainly. She is familiar with the idea that certain spellcasters have some very, very high-level magic that can heal, like, huge amounts, that can heal just countless people all at once in one fell swoop. I would say, kind of racking her brain, that's what she mentions to you, that if her magic is sort of it's kind of, there's some training to it, but it's a little more of kind of just a, like, here's the magic you get. There's not so much like picking spells, learning spells, not a sort of a pure spellcaster in that sense. But for those who were, there are probably some like Nova heals that could maybe be very helpful in this situation.
And would that be like a planet-wide cast, or would it just be?
I mean, that is like dealing with like huge multiple casters all at once. Similarly, the way that they put like that binding boundary box around the place, it would be like you'd have to do a lot of people to sort of heal a whole planet's worth, but to do like a huge amount of healing in just like a localized area, there are things that a single sort of magician or spellcaster could probably handle.
Do we know of anyone with that ability?
I mean, yup.
Well, also, originally, as soon as you read back that first slide, Philip, I was like, oh, we gotta go talk to Riverman. Rivers.
I know. Oh, boy. Poor Riverman. Spoiler alert, he won't be able to help with any of this. He won't help with any of this or anything. Until he does, then it'll be cool. Oh, poor Riverman. Anyway, so that is what you hear in response to that, and sort of Lumen kind of looking that over. Could Teleportia, would you roll me a D8?
E8.
Well,
Hiya.
I do have a
An 8.
question for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Please ask your question.
Well, I know that the name of this hero has been... I'm struck by the idea that we're talking about sort of opposites, right? Because the idea then, right, is if we heal the final, we might be able to defeat it. But what would be the opposite of the final, right? It would be the first, the premier. So there must be an entity that is diametrically opposed to it, right?
Unless they didn't make one.
Well, I'm just wondering if there is some entity like that in Volo.
But
Volo that is basically a light, like a great being of healing.
Lumen will begin reciting all of the various light deities to you. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
What if it's the same thing, though? It's not necessarily about opposites. It's about duplicity of the same thing. Water both quenches your thirst and kills you. So what if it is the final?
Only the final can kill the final? Is that what you're saying?
Well...
Yeah, or when the final is healed, it becomes the alpha as opposed to the omega.
Although now that you say that, we possess much of the same traits as those three did when they created it, right? It is possible that we could just create another being as such, correct?
But Didn't we just
Shinobi
find
Red
something
is.
Look,
that somebody tried to
brainstorming. I
read?
don't actually think we're going to do this, Shinobi Red. I'm just trying to go down avenues of thought here.
I think the answer to the final is healing it, and then it becomes the first or the beginning.
We
Power
heal
of
it to
love all
change
along.
it. The real hero was inside you all along, yes. Well, that's very interesting. Actually keep talking for 2 more seconds. I have to look at something else. Continue
Does
your...
the movie Moana exist in this universe?
No.
Fair enough.
There were no Disney was
There's no-
destroyed by a like some supervillain climactic event in, we'll say 92, so you never even got Lion King. No, I won't
The
say
Care
that.
Bears, man. The Care Bears did them in.
No, there's still Disney. Moana specifically is not in here. Okay.
If we know any waterbenders,
There we go.
says the guy who's seen 2 episodes of Avatar ever. Anyway,
Just
It's also not
2?
Disney.
I know that, but we're talking about moving water.
All right. Well, you rolled an 8, Sierra.
I
This
did.
isn't necessarily a thing I would have done today, but I said it was a possibility because I make these things, and you rolled an 8. If you rolled earlier stuff, other things would have happened, but that's okay. You all, however, standing here in top forum, kind of in the talk, definitely you are first. Armament, although Shinobi Red also looks as well, kind of as your head snaps. The containment field surrounding the final and the body of Meridian. This massive kind of like, there'd been this like greenish purple tinge to it the whole time. And it disappears. Except the boundary itself does not disappear, just the glow. You still see it there, sort of coruscating in different colors and such. Kind of that sort of more translucent, minor little hints of rainbow but no longer this like strong looking green and purple energy that was like kind of keeping the whole thing. You can see into it much more clearly now. Go ahead, yes, Lumen. Shinobi is of course, going to the window to look closer.
I would like to text Dustin.
Okay.
Yes, right away.
I'll just send
Call
him
him if you
a
need
question
to.
mark and an exclamation point.
Can I see anything through the boundary?
Make a perception check.
It seems
That's a 29. I'll spend a hero point. I'll add a hero point onto that roll just to get me over the hump. I'll spend my d6. That's a 4, so that puts me at 33.
With a 33 and your high perception factor, you look out as V is just already, texting Haman. You look through and you see the final has like stood up
Oop.
and has gestured, and Meridian, she was currently just like laying flat. You can see everything a lot more clearly, and everything in there is completely gray. She gets up and begins flying around and just kind of touching the boundary, and you even see boom, boom a couple times. It does not seem to...
Expand or...
It doesn't seem to react to her strike, other than like you can like hear even from where you are through your own quantanium glass or whatever. You don't necessarily hear like a thunk, but if you were outside, you probably would hear a little thing. But Meridian begins flying around. It doesn't seem to find a hole in it, but something is going on.
I have one important question.
Okay.
When Meridian stood up, was it like a vampire, like completely straight plank?
Yes. No, it was that, but also floating. So she's just like laying like dead on the ground, and it was just like.
Oh, so it's like if she was on wires, so she
yeah,
just kind of
she's
like
wires spun up and and kind of into the wall.
like
Pum,
a
pum, pum.
like a puppet.
No, thank you.
That's
Thank you.
fucking creepy.
I have no further questions about what's going on.
Okay.
Prosecution rests.
What is he saying? Shinobi Red's turning to you. What is he saying?
Has Dustin responded?
He's not. In fact,
He's not.
Does it say red though?
Does it say
That's the
delivered?
important-
Does it say delivered?
Yeah.
he left.
Does it say red?
You
Does
are-
he look at it?
You are currently left on red.
He wouldn't do that to me.
We need
I
to
mean,
teleport
he's doing
there
that-
right away.
We have bothered him 3 times in one day.
It's a new day.
I'll send
No,
him a thirst trap pic.
He
It's
would
fine.
want
It's
to
fine.
be. I know how smitten he is with her.
Should we just go? Oh,
Yes, we
has,
should go.
we-
Teleportia, you should take us down there.
Yes.
has Synth Devil found anything about any similar stories, or is he still?
He's doing like a super in-depth thing. That'll take like an hour or so. Now you can call him
Okay.
off of that if you're like new matters to attend to.
He can always return to that. I have a feeling stuff's gonna go down, and
Yeah. Might as well get everyone we can.
All right, so you are going to, so Shinobi is like, yes, get us down there. She seems to be indicating like, get us down, like a fight's about to happen. We need to be prepared. But I might have misunderstood. Were you saying something differently, V? When you were saying, should we just go?
oh well, I was saying no, to get Synth Devil to come with us to fight.
Okay.
Oh, you mean before that?
When you said we should just go ahead and go. You meant to go down
Yeah.
to the boundary. Okay, cool. So in that case, if you make a portal, if you guys are all heading down, you appear just outside the boundary, kind of where the door was made last time. And you guys are outside of the boundary.
And the shimmering image is gone, right?
No, the shimmering is still there. So basically, it's like this. This is the color, and it used to be, ooh, I'll use a brand new one from today. It used to be kind of like this. Ooh, beautiful. Someone's handiwork here. If you'd like to take time and talk about process, I'm generally interested. So it's this coupled with like that. Like these, I'll go lighter green just for the camera. It's like sparkling, like purple and green all like going together. Yeah, sure.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, split between that one and this one, and you got the thing. But the point is, it used to be there. Now it is just kind of like, there's some shimmers on the inside, but it's clear. It's much easier to see through. It looks less like a sort of like wall. It now looks like a window.
I'm gonna text
Okay.
Dustin, ask
So
if he's okay.
It'll see.
Okay.
Armament, you want to, since you can fly and you've got keen eyes, you want to take a lap to see if there's anyone forming around this thing?
Yeah. Also, the journey or like do like a counter spin. Yeah.
Sure. As you start going, sort of flying around with you, Meridian is matching you on the inside, just flying along.
Pretty cool.
I think she remembers.
So the barriers, for whatever reason, I've been imagining it as opaque. It's transparent.
It has been opaque. It is now transparent.
Gotcha.
There were
Okay.
multiple levels of things, and it used to be this like, and you could almost just see through it when like peering really closely. You could almost like, but now it's like that's how Armament and Shinobi Red like saw certain things going down through kind of the very thick thing, but now it's just like, I mean, it's still obscured by, but it's pretty much
Like a snow globe.
like a snow globe.
Cool.
And you do get a text back. The text says, hey honey, don't worry your head, everything's fine. That was probably weird, sorry about that, just a little just like magical weirdness. Everything's solid. Don't worry, everything's fine. How are you?
Really confused.
Picture of the thing.
Yeah. I'll send the picture. And say,
A picture of you. A selfie.
He'll say.
Hey, hold on.
Wait, why do you ever selfie, V? You literally have someone to hold the camera every time.
No, but because it's a look. It's like she wants it to have like the
But we've also learned to have one just get at the angle and me hold out my arms so it does still look like a selfie, but it's optimal angle. Thank you.
It seems more personal.
You have another one hold your boobs together from out of front. Yeah, exactly.
We gotta keep him on our side, y'all.
You're like, boom, boom. You two. You're on Glam Squad. Make me look good. We're always on Glam Squad.
Always Glam Squad.
All right.
Yeah. So what? I asked if I send the picture.
He texted it back like, wow, like I can't even see the only magic I see in that picture is you, babe. Jeez. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me you know what? Honestly, I literally have to crop you out of this photo in order to answer your question. It's that the eye just draws you. You're that good looking. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take another picture of just the thing and send it.
Oh man. I hope none of my friends know I'm asking a girl to send me a picture without her in it. This is ridiculous. But yeah, that's crazy. But it's okay. Everything's fine. I'm sort of monitoring. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. All under control.
Okay, and I'll let him know that the shield itself seems to be holding, but they're awake inside, and Meridian is following Armament around.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Wait a second. Somebody should be there keeping an eye on this. Does Armament see any of my people like around? Like we always have someone at this thing like keeping an eye on it.
I ask Armament.
Do I see anyone? Is there anyone on duty?
Make another perception check for me, I guess.
What's a natural 1 for a 13?
For a 13?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, like, I assume, like, I assume we know, like, where whoever's on duty is supposed to be located, so I would check there.
You do find, as you sort of fly around. I'm going to roll for this. Hold on. I will roll. You're the perfect die for this, aren't you? Yes, you would be. Aha.
When he gets picky about dice, I feel like we get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
With a 13, the good thing for you is that you do see a familiar figure from yesterday. It's about this kind of wide around, this weird disc that's kind of like a flappy open mouth and all these tendrils and kind of these two stalks that come up on its head. In some worlds, this is known as a flump, but here it's just a little weird one of the Muppets. Now you see this thing is like sleeping not under a bush, but kind of like next to a bush, and it is asleep.
Very obviously asleep.
Yes, it is snoring.
I'm gonna zip down and just, hey, wake up.
In your mind, you telepathically hear, "Oh shit. I was asleep. I'm so sorry." You just feel shame. Nothing but shame.
I just pointed to the berry behind me. You know anything about this?
Oh, it looks different.
Very astute.
Oh, hold on. I'm receiving a message from Captain Eldritch. This is how they move. They're like they're like floating kind of jellyfish. After a moment, it goes blink, blink. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about.
Does he seem like he means it? It seemed like. I mean, I don't know. How do you read a flump?
Make an insight check.
How do you solve a problem like a flump? That's a 13.
Stop doing that.
Hard to read.
You've never seen a flump before. Mm-hmm. You haven't had much experience with telepathic communication of this nature.
True.
You've certainly never, had a circumstance this tense, and yet, thanks to the natural 1 and the -1 to charisma held by this particular flump, landing it at a 0, you believe this flump is lying to you. You believe this flump was not lying to you until the flump got a message and is now lying to you.
I need you to tell me what's going on. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than any one of us. Just you know what's in there.
I do, yes. I was supposed to be watching it. Oh dear.
Yeah, no shit.
I promise that everything's okay now, and it isn't more easy for it to get out than it had been before.
See, the way you say that makes me think that the exact opposite is true.
No, that part's true. I mean, everything I've thought at you is true.
And I would really appreciate it if we don't have time to fuck around, okay?
Oh, boy. You need to talk to the captain. I shouldn't be saying anything. Can't believe I fell asleep. Although, I probably would have freaked out. Oh boy.
I'm gonna zip back over to everyone.
Okay. It follows you much more slowly, now just kind of floating over to where you're all assembled, like multiple tendrils just etc., etc.
Gesture back at him while he's kind of still coming over. Hey, he fell asleep on the job. Something's up. He's not being forthright. So I'm sorry. Are you a he? Did I misgender you?
Oh no! Wait, I've already determined this, but I just don't remember.
I don't know how to tell a flump's gender.
This is a male flump.
Okay, great. Yeah, he fell asleep on the job.
You get a text from Dustin that asks if you like sushi.
Text back. I really do, but I'd like to get all of this figured out, and then we could get dinner sometime.
Oh man! Again, these are just texts, but it's like, wow! Like, all right, career woman. I'm into it, man. She's on top of things. I like it. Wonder what else you get on top of. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing around. But listen,
he didn't text that, right?
He did. He then said, but with like a winky face.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
You know what though? This guy's got a +8 to his charisma, so he pulled it off. As he hopes to let it. Anyway, listen. The point, guys. But he's texting you about sushi. That's what he seems to be up to right now.
Oh, so he's currently eating sushi.
No, he's asking you out, but yes.
Oh, so yeah. So I sent him the text about yes, but
He's like, oh man, seriously, everything totally fine. I can come out there if you want. I can't come out right now. I'm a little busy here at the house, but I will come out and assure you everything's fine very soon. Don't worry.
I'll text him. I'd love to see you as soon as possible with the heart emoji.
He's like, yeah. Well, that makes 2 of us. Wink emoji.
That was just to get him to hurry to come, you guys. Not to...
I mean, it's okay. You do what you must.
The flump is just over with all of you, and the flump is thinking into each of your heads. Sorry, and you sense genuine shame. Sorry, but with the shame, you also sense like nerves and sort of minor fears and confusion. Sorry.
Can we all feel that, or just Armament?
If it sends it at you, you can, and right now it's apologizing to all of you.
Can I talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it. We all make mistakes. Believe me, I know. But you need to help us get everything under control. If something is happening, you need to tell us. We're on the same team.
Oh boy. It will say back, come on, you stupid flump. Roll good for me. It will say, well, I'm on a different team than yours.
Yes, and we're working together.
Right. Well, there's no danger from this. Everything's fine.
Where is the danger?
Not here. It kind of floats over to the thing and says, no, seriously, it's bung, 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 bung. It's totally sturdy. Meridian's like right there on the other side. You can just see her gray face staring at it. The flump rolls a wisdom save. Actually rolls a 19 and has a little bit of wisdom. So the flump is like, ooh, see? Can't get through. Don't worry about it.
What? These are in here. What is out here that you're stressed about? Because I'm getting really stressful vibes from you, so I know something is wrong.
I'm just stressed because I fell asleep, not for any other reason. Anybody can do an insight check if they'd like to, or you can actually. It's only who they're talking to, so you can do it there. Mm-hmm. That is for you, Lumen. Or sorry, not Lumen, V.
I got 18 and 20.
23.
33 Teleportia. I'll say Teleportia, even though you cannot telepathically hear it, you could tell like this flump is fucking lying right now. The flump.
I'm just staring at it.
Body language. It's body language.
The flump rolled a 19 on the die, which gets it to an 18. So Lumen, it is lying to you.
In V?
You mean V?
V. Yeah. Do you know what it is? You're where I always put Lumen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is lying to you.
I know you're lying.
With where you are, you don't know. You're only slightly better than it. You don't know like what the lie is, but you know it is lying to you.
I'm gonna split into 2 more V's and approach the flump, and I'll be in front of the formations. We'll be on either side.
Yep.
I really need you to tell me what's wrong. Right now.
Justin, I'm sure, is taking care of anything that's wrong. Nothing might even be wrong. It might just... He didn't say...
I think we need to go see Dustin.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
I think we need to go see Dustin.
Oh, no. No. And it's kind of moving around.
Could I use persuasion in order to ask where Dustin is now?
Sure.
The flump.
Make this persuasion check, Teleportia. You're like, hey, where is he?
28! You better tell us. Tell us, please.
He's probably in the basement of the mansion. Just, it's okay. But don't go. I'm in trouble. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad.
Why is it bad? Tell us.
Because I'm in trouble.
You're going to be in more trouble if you don't help us.
Nah. That's not true. Well, okay. I'm just supposed to stay guarding here, so everything's fine, I assure you. Meridian is just like hovering, like flat. Just back and forth, kind of looking at
I'm going to leave the formation with him.
Okay, you can definitely do that.
Can I want to walk up to the barrier.
Mm-hmm. The Meridian shifts to you.
I just kind of want to take stock of her, since I can kind of get this close now.
She looks, aside from being completely gray, kind of like just gray scale head to toe, she looks undamaged.
So like everything, clothing gets grayed.
Clothing.
So it's reverse Pleasantville.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Okay.
She's the only person in like a TGIF episode about like a noir detective.
Okay. And that's all. I just sort of wanted to. And beyond her, the final. What is the final doing at this point?
Make a perception check. That's further in, and it is.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
it's transparent now, but it's still there's still like a shimmer. So go ahead and do a perception.
Sure. That would be 22.
The final seems to have sat back down, kind of in that rubble pile, serving as its throne.
Interesting.
Indeed.
Wait, and before when it stood up, it just like stood up and walked around, or were we just on our way there and didn't really see what it was doing?
The final.
Yeah.
As far as Armament has seen, the final has stood up, motioned, and now has sat back down. Final hasn't done anything else. Meridian has been all over the place.
Mm-hmm. What motion did he make? Armament.
He just was gonna move it around, right?
The final was just kind of
Yeah.
did that as if like check it
It's
out.
like this to Alpha City.
Yeah. Nah, it seemed like he was just kind of directing Meridian a little bit.
Fun.
So the plan here seems to be you guys are going to go to visit Dustin in spite of what the flump is saying.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Because
Shinobi Red says go.
Are you
Synth
going
Devil
to
says
stay here?
she's like, I will stay. Synth Devil says, I think we should respect his wishes if he doesn't wish us to come now, and he's assured the lovely V that he will speak to her when he can. I'm sure everything is fine if he says it is. She says, well, I think you should go, and I think Synth Devil should go with you.
Come on, Synth.
I really think it is not in our best interest.
I I'm wondering if we need to go see Tatiana instead. She's the source of this, right?
I don't know that we're ready to face her. We know where she is,
Not
right?
right.
Since Devil confirms that. We're no more ready to attack her than we were.
Well, we're a little more ready.
I suppose that's true.
Point taken.
We're rested.
I don't.
It wouldn't be just us. If we're doing that, we would need all hands on deck.
Is it possible that this is something? I'm just my. It's not necessarily that I want to go full on attack her. It's more that I want to disrupt whatever this is. But if that's her and not like a beacon or something, that's very different.
Like she's trying to orchestrate distraction.
So
Flump.
we need to.
Oh no! Yes. What?
What happens in the basement? Why would he be in the basement? You specified he'd probably be there. Why?
It's just a basement. Board games mostly. Storage, sleepovers.
Mm-hmm. And?
Just don't see him. He'll be here soon. Everything's fine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
What? So we need to think this through, right? What is the course of action that Tatiana is trying to set us on? Right? Because she
She's
got
trying
on
to set
TV,
us.
made that announcement, and now she's done this, right? She somewhere along the line, she's going to try to frame us or set us on a path to create casualties.
True.
And I'm not sure which road that is. And the most likely scenario of this thing faltering is that we go back to Captain Eldritch and the guild.
I'm gonna text Dustin. WYA. Where you at?
It is not. It is delivered, not read. For like shortly thereafter.
Okay.
Shinobi will say, "I don't know what she's trying to get us to do, but based on what you're saying about this flump lying, that means she may not be the source of what just happened."
Also,
I
fair
glare at
point.
the flump.
You what?
No one's revived.
I glare at the flump.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh no!
I guess what the hell? The brownies were all right, and I don't have another idea.
Cynthia says, "No, by all means, I think you have a great idea. I mean, we don't need to, right?" Shinobi looks to you, Armament.
I mean, I would love to figure out what the hell happened to this force thing, this force cage, before we go any further.
And
Cover the bases closer to home before we expand out.
so, in other words, you think we should check with the captain, Dustin,
Sadly, yes.
Teleportia.
Like, a part of me, I don't think we can really communicate with the fun right now, even though they can see us more clearly now. And it seems almost safe, but I also don't want to provoke it right now, especially since we don't know what's going on. So,
Meridian just
probably would.
back and forth, staring at you like while you're talking.
Yeah, I would definitely want to wave, but I don't want her to start pulling at that thing. But
She looks over at you, Findon, as you do that, like.
Yeah.
but
Okay.
Shinobi says, "I think that
Yeah,
Lumen and
at
I can
this
stay
point-
here, but I want answers from Howell."
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
She stops kind of as Armament as you're walking over, kind of like with the group, and she just very quietly says, "Tell me what the devil does." And she sort of steps over with, now V has a formation over with the flump, and Lumen steps over there as well. So Shinobi, Lumen, and a V are with the flump, kind of these sort of, three superhero women just, oh boy, oh no, yeah.
is Shinobi trying to intimidate again?
Yeah. She'll do an intimidation check. What she got on those? She actually rolls pretty bad, so it's only like an 18. But it's, for this flump, it is. She's just. So.
Right, teleporting over to.
So, You do sort of the 2 steps to get to the place.
The
You
2 steps.
now know where it is, and you come outside of the house. Honey Luck is sitting on the porch. She goes, "Oh, hey, y'all. How are you guys doing? Y'all doing all right?"
Hi, yeah. We came to talk to Dustin.
Dustin? Oh, well, I'm not really sure where he's at right now. I think he's somewhere or another, but I'm sure you can wait here. Why don't you wait out here? It's such a nice day today.
I think
we can
he's in
have
the basement. Why don't you go get
Why
him?
would he be in the basement? There's nothing interesting down here at all.
Well, then he wouldn't mind us going in.
I'll go get him.
check the
I'll
basement.
I'll go see if he's there and bring him out. That's a lovely idea. She will go down. Kind of closing the door. She does one of those like walk backwards to the door, like open it behind her. See y'all in a moment there. Her kind of her sand desert arm just close it. Now you guys are just standing out there.
I'd like to look in the windows.
Okay.
Just kind of like
wait.
see if I can see it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, you look in the window. What window? There's windows like on sort of like the front level. There are some kind of like lower windows. Which one are you looking at?
Yeah, like I just want to kind of see if I can like see into either like the entryway or the room we were in last time.
You go up to one of the windows, you take a glance. As you look into it, could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
Cool. 27.
27 is you went good on those wisdoms because I'm not wanting people to take over your. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's the bane of every strong thing.
You see this absolutely terrifying, like the frosted glass just becoming. It's kind of like Frighteners, like almost just like becoming this like ghostly apparition, just like get out, kind of trying to scare you, and you kind of just blink at that. It's kind of like swirling around, and you believe there is some enchantment upon the window pane that makes it not visible this direction and scary when people try to peer directly through it.
So that's not going to work. These windows are not really windows.
Synth Devil says, "A lovely touch. Still, you acquitted yourself remarkably well. By not being terrified by whatever you saw."
My first day on the job, I had to deal with a ghost shooting ghost boars at me, so.
True.
The
door opens after a moment. Dustin comes out, just looking chill, cap on, like he's not a thing in the world. He's like, Hey V, how's it going? Man, this would be a bad sight if I wasn't so into clingy girls who could make themselves multiples, It's like one of my types. Hey guys. Hey everybody. Where's Shinobi Red? Why should you never come to see me?
Well, Shinobi Red thought someone should stand guard over your flump, which is supposed to stand guard over the barrier that's stopping the thing that could end all of existence, which seems to be faltering at the moment.
You guys talked to the flump, huh?
Yeah.
Hey. Gonna make a real quick roll for old DH here. Okay, plus 10. That's not terrible. This is something. Ooh, you know what? Today, because it's purple, I'm gonna roll the new one for him.
Oh boy.
With a 20 on his insight check, after modifiers, he's like, let me tell you guys, little thing about that flump. He is like so nervous. He's like nervous about everything. That flump like gets scared of his shadow. Like he just always thinks he's gonna get in trouble every 5 minutes. I've told him he's not so good with people. That's why we put him on things like like sentry duty here. Then don't even worry about him.
He was lying to us. What was he so afraid of?
He's afraid I'm gonna get mad at him for falling asleep, and I am, but I'm not really that bad. He's fine.
Dustin, what's going on?
He puts his hands on your shoulders, and he looks you right in the eye, and he goes, "Everything's fine. I've got it completely under control."
I don't believe you.
Well, in that case, roll an insight check.
5, 7.
You not only believe that he believes what he's saying, you believe it to be true. And he gives you this smile, and the sun hits him just the right way. And it's just like, he's as much as he's a perfect masshole. He's kind of irritating and smarmy, but there's something about him that is very appealing and likable.
Fine.
Do we hear the conversation that they?
Oh yeah,
that
you
they
all hear
just
that.
had?
Yeah, you
So
all hear that.
Do an insight check.
You're standing
Yeah.
like 3 feet away from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you're all able to.
I just need to make sure. All right, how's 17?
I'll say with a 17, you believe he believes what he's saying.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hard.
Okay, here's the thing, Dustin.
Yeah. He's not touching you anywhere. He's not like, grabbing the cat.
It's under control.
Under control.
What is under control?
So look, when we create these magical boundaries like this, you do different things to confine the different magics, right? So you put in like different levels of like failsafe, and we try some certain things, and apparently a couple of the layers of protective energies, some of the more visible ones, I guess they were sort of like competing with one another, so they sort of popped, but they didn't affect the whole thing.
But it did affect the creatures inside. They're moving around now.
Well, they can see out a little bit better now. That's all. They're not, it's not like it's
Was somebody casting something to keep them docile?
No, that would have been a good idea though. We should start doing that. Is there anything we can cast through that to keep them docile? That is a really good idea, V. You're smart. God, you're a smart cookie. I like you. Jeez, all right.
Benadryl powder.
Benadryl powder. Oh, that's a wicked good idea to get just pump with Benadryl. I like that idea actually. Maybe I could get an endorsement deal with Benadryl. That's funny. It's a fun company name for me to say, Benadryl.
Benadryl.
Man, park a Benadryl truck outside, forget it. That would be, they'll just like all branded right there. Come on. Yeah, no, that's a great idea, V. No, we were not doing that because we are not as intelligent as you. Have you ever thought about joining the going to the guild? You're on Topflight. I know you're not going to the guild of secrets. It's fine. Well, yeah, no, everything's okay. I assure you guys, everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. We got it all under control. I'll do it 10%. This is this a comedy setup? Findon,
Make a comedy roll then?
yeah, could you make make a comedy roll. Make an actual comedy roll. This is not your own, but let's use your modifier.
Sweet. I'm going to spend my D4 to have advantage.
All right.
Does not come back.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna add D8 to it
I
also.
think you should add a D8. No, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, that's not so bad. 16 plus 8, 24.
24. That'll be enough for there to be some degree of. He's like, look, everything is completely under control. A window explodes on the house. He's like, that was, and then you hear Honey look like, sorry, I was just a shotgun that accidentally misfired. Don't worry about it, everything's fine. Oh, hey guys, y'all down there. Should I come back out? Doesn't like, you should not. All right, fine. She walks in. That's like a 24 in comedy. It could have been funnier. Listen, listen, guys. Everything's fine. Don't worry. You're all beautiful people, and there is nothing to worry about.
So we should just go back to Topflight Tower and hang out.
Hey, or stay here. Or we go to Boston, or we go to Alpha City, and we grab dinner. It's got to be, it's dinner time somewhere, right? Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. Don't you worry about a thing.
What's Synth Devil doing during all this?
I was
Watching,
look over this.
taking it in. You get why don't you make an insight check on Synth Devil? He's not being deceptive, but just sort of see how you read him.
I'll spend my D4 for advantage.
Okay.
That is not a 4.
24.
24. As you kind of glance over at Synth Devil, you get the sense that Synth Devil is uncomfortable with you guys, especially V, but really any of you, like, pestering the captain. Synth Devil kind of doesn't like that you've all sort of shown up here uninvited like this. He seems resistant to bothering the captain.
Are you feeling something, Synth, that we're not?
No, I just... If Captain Eldridge himself says all is in hand, I choose to believe him. What good are we if we cannot trust our word?
I'm not saying that we don't trust him. I'm just saying we're here to help if something is not totally super okay.
Look, honestly, yes, there's always, like, weird nonsense going on with this group, obviously. But the issues have nothing to do... Everything's totally fine. Nothing to worry about. I promise. I promise. I would not lie to you. I promise.
Okay.
What are you doing there, Teleportia? Nothing? Okay.
I just wanted to see if he was seeing the truth.
You made an insight check?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you
But
make
then-
one?
I did, but it's a 7, so I'm just
Understood.
like, leave him.
Understood.
Well, please, Captain Eldridge, please let us know.
Dustin,
if
please,
anything.
please, Dustin, yeah. I will totally let you know, but everything seems fine. There was another matter you might wish to ask, Mr. Howell about. One that Lumen had brought up earlier before we were distracted.
Oh yeah. What's Riverman's deal?
Oh, I don't know. His power's rivers, and like I know that his power is rivers. I've seen him do things where the only explanation for what he is doing is rivers, but can't really explain it. Neither can he. But occasionally, a river shows up and he does something with it in a big way. I can't really be more specific than that. But yeah, that's River's whole thing. Cool.
Right.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll this.
Well, no, the book.
Oh, I guess we could ask about that.
Yeah.
Synth, do you have the poem memorized?
Well, I can certainly memorize what I heard, but, and he'll sort of recite that section, but he'll also say, but Miss Lumen, who is currently standing guard with Shinobi Red and your Flumph, was wondering if there might be powerful magic that could produce untold amounts of healing. Dustin will sort of think, yeah. Well, I think of two things. There is a spell. It's called Mass Heal. Massachusetts. And Mass Heal can do a pretty tremendous amount of healing. You could spread it around. You can put it all on one person. It's a pretty powerful thing. But there's actually something else. Problem is, you got to get real close. You got to touch him. Huh. If you think healing it could kill it, I need to do some research, but there's actually something I could do.
We'd appreciate that.
You don't mind me asking, what is this thing?
Well, sure, yeah, I don't really care about dramatic stuff. There's this spell, it's called Power Will Heal. Basically what it does is it completely heals someone. So I'm thinking, there's this very dark spell, right? It's called Power Word Kill, right? And what you do is you simply look at someone, and I'm not casting it right now, obviously, but you simply say die, and depending on certain factors, they just die. So its inverse is this spell called Power Will Heal, where you just restore like all the life to someone. But if you did that to something that didn't have any life, you did something with the opposite of life, the only thing that could... Problem is you gotta get real close, and I don't really want to get close to that thing.
You have to
Do
be
you know
imagining
anyone
past that, right?
crazy?
Do I know what was that? Sorry, Teleportia?
Do you know anyone would be crazy enough to want to do that?
I will think about it. I don't know if anybody else in my team could be able to do that sort of level of healing. I can only do it because of other shenanigans. But I will sort of think if there are any sort of like healers or sort of types of that place who have that level of power on nearby planes who could bring it in. Yeah, maybe there's somebody who'd be willing to do it. It's not a good point.
We could also, depending on what your research yields, provide a distraction for you to have cover.
Hey, yeah, that would look. I mean, I certainly would appreciate that.
But you'd have to probably kill Meridian first.
Right. Well, I mean,
Or we could time some really close portals.
that's true. Drop the thing, do a portal right in, try to catch him distracted. Yeah, it's nuts. I'm willing to try it. I mean, I'm I got a lot of irons in the fire. I can't risk it all for this, but look, there's options. I will definitely do some research on this. Might take a few days though. Synth Devil will say, Dustin Howell, I do not wish to overstep my bounds, but couldn't a spellcaster of your stature cast any spell through the touch of a familiar? Yeah, I don't really do familiars, thank you.
But do you want... Synth Devil said they were the old Dr. Eldritch's, Captain Eldritch's. Do you want Synth Devil as a familiar?
No, I don't need any. I don't need any familiars. I'm fine.
Just sorry, Synth Devil felt like you were
Wait,
trying
I'm
to
gonna roll it.
return to your previous.
I was simply saying, once to see, I can think of 1,000 imps who would be happy to serve the good captain. I have a question, and I hate for how leading it is. What is everyone's insight modifiers?
+5.
+5.
One.
Just one?
+3.
Okay.
I have I don't know how familiars work, but could you do the spell through a formation? You could kill her after.
I would never want to do that. And as much as I would want to get inside your pretty little head, I don't. I can't really do it that way. And there was only certain sorts of creatures can do it. But I'm not really into such things. Teleportia, you're almost distracted by the boldness of that comment from Dustin. But with your 15, you noticed a moment ago when he was talking about...
5.
With your 5, so sorry, because you have a 5, that makes your passive a 15. So with your 15,
Gotcha.
you notice there was definitely a, beat for him when talking about familiars. That was a sore subject beyond just... He's almost like trying to move the conversation by saying something that outrageous to V.
V.
Gotcha. Alright.
Dustin, one other question.
Sure. You guys always have one more.
Is there a way to stretch out time? Could we stretch out 1 second?
Oh, yeah. Yes, there is a way to do that, actually. It could stretch out anywhere from, we'd stretch out a little more than that. Oh, you mean for a lot of people? It's usually just I can stretch out time so I can do a lot of stuff. But me taking other people with me, that's a little trickier. It's doable, but it's trickier.
I'm just planning for what feels like inevitable fight with Meridian.
Yeah. Well...
And if we could move through time at a different speed than her.
Yeah, I mean, hey, any advantage we could get there. Look, again, I'm going to need a few days to research this. Okay? I just need a few days to sort of take this all in. But maybe, I without a familiar, it's going to be hard. But yes, I think as you said, like, do these plans of all this stuff, we can do this. But really, everything's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm so sorry that was so disturbing to all of you, and I had to look into exactly what went on. But everything's fine. Nothing's worrying. So just give me a couple of days, okay? I'll be ready to go with this. I think this will beat it, though. I think this will do it. You suddenly hear a burp.
Like by us?
Actually, yes, right at your feet, Findon. You look down and you see this thing. It has this, like, snout just full of all these teeth, these eyes, and these big ears. It's carrying a 6-pack of beer. It's about a foot and a half, 2 feet tall, covered in fur and scales. And it's got a cigar in its mouth.
So this...
Trying to fill up the tank again, huh? Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. Whoa. It's going to be kind of crazy here. It kind of starts walking, and its teeth are chewing up the cigar. And, and just swallows the cigar. Well. How's it going, buddy? He says to Dustin, and Dustin's like...
So this is...
Guys, everything's fine, but I need to see you later. Synth Devil is floating and says, everyone stay away from this abomination. Do not approach it.
Synth Devil, what's going on?
This is a creature most dreadful. Get away from it.
I need a little more description.
Hey, that seems pretty rude. Whoa. Hey there, darling. Whoa. My goodness, I like your shoulder cutouts. He's kind of walks up to Teleportia. Want a beer?
I'm good, but thank you.
No problem. He chews up the can. Allow me to introduce myself. Do you take his hand?
I will...
I will not take his hand. Wave.
The fleecing schemester at your service. Boy, have mercy. Kind of nods, bows. You like to party?
Is that a family name?
Is what a who now?
I'll look at Dustin and go, are you two connected?
Yeah, this thing just shows up around here every now and again. Don't worry about him. But why do you know what? If you want to come inside, you're actually more than welcome to come inside. Topflight, we will see you all later. Don't even worry about it. Don't want to show me off. I know who these people are. Is he? From what you told me, I'm gonna guess. You, boom. He points at V. You're the one who did the thing. Bit of the fun, right? Got me the greatest show on earth. That you? Boy.
I'm not going to respond to it.
Okay. Well, Dustin, I gotta hand it to you. Didn't think you had it in you. Sorry to take it all away. Yeah. Hey. He kind of looks at you, Armament. Beer? Hey, come on.
I'm good. Thank you.
What about you? What about you, Suspenders?
Sure.
It's cheap and warm. There's 3 things in this life worth. Beer, cigars, and bikini girls.
As it is as advertised.
So, How you guys know Dustin Howell? Did he banish you to another plane like he did me?
Work.
Ooh, fancy. Whoa. Look at the imp in a can. Imp in a can. So the devil's like, we should leave now.
So what are you?
Me? What? Well, I'm a fleece and schemester. I got schemes and I can fleece.
I'm gonna go stand by Synth Devil.
Sure.
Just
I'm, guess what you'd call a former acquaintance of Dustin's. You ever heard the story of Icarus?
Yeah.
What did Icarus do?
flew too close to the sun.
Bingo, bango, bongo. I'm what happens when you fly too close to the sun at the center of the universe. Oh boy. Going crazy. Hey, listen. I just want to say thank you to you all. You gave me a real opportunity for some unproportional payback.
Specify.
Well, Dustin banished me to my least favorite place. Tricked me.
Which is?
Schmoesville.
That
Schmoesville! You don't know Schmoesville? Dustin, you should banish them all to Schmoesville. Or somebody should banish you to Schmoesville. Then you'll see who likes it. There's nothing but schmoes there. No bikini girls anywhere. They don't have beer, just milk. Unless you like
Right,
milk.
but where are you from? What kind of being are you?
Well, some call me all sorts of things. Gremlin, servant, Dramishka. I got all sorts of names. None really like me, though. Just call me the Fleece and Schemester. Dustin says, yeah, this is all right, I will explain a bit here. This is what happens when you attempt to make a familiar that's maybe a little better than a familiar is supposed to be. And occasionally, if you make certain kinds of mistakes or attempt to utilize energy that's a little more powerful than you should be. This happened when I was very young, you understand? I was kind of, this is why I don't really like to do the magic. I like just, whatever. Anyway, sometimes you make something like this. It's kind of it's like an arcane, it's an arcane sink, basically. Magic does not work right around this thing. He's like a negative familiar, you know, causes trouble.
he didn't happen to be hanging out in the middle of Alpha City earlier, was he?
Ooh, darling, some perceptive about you. What was it about Alpha City that you think I might have had something to do with? I want to hear it from your pretty little face.
Not gonna tell you.
Oh. Let me guess. Somewhere in your precious city that I have never been permitted to visit, there was something big and magical and, binding. Lost a couple colors. Am I on the right track?
Maybe.
Oh, Captain, my captain. Can you tell him what those colors were doing? What they represented? He's trying to fill up the tank again. Beer. You're quiet.
Not really a lot we know right now.
Yeah.
also have no idea what you're saying.
Oh. Basically, I'm still tied to all of your friend's magic. So sometimes when he does big magic, I can take his magic if I want it. And I wanted it because I was mad. But I'm not mad anymore. I got a new scheme going. And I'll probably fleece somebody with it too. Because I'm a fleece and schemester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you the kind of being that reforms?
No. Well, sometimes, yes. Kind of. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Point is, my buddy Dustin over there, let's see, what were the big ticket items you did? Dustin's like, shut up, guys, don't listen to it. Well, the first thing he done, in reverse order, is he took this doll, right, with something cool tethered to her, and he put her in a demiplane. But, well, I moved that demiplane somewhere else.
What did you do?
It's my demiplane now. Well, not really. It's. I just like the chaos. Don't worry, it's not gonna come here again. Moved it somewhere. But boy, did Dustin do something cool before that. I mean, after that. But in my going back through his books, you know, a lot of people can just put a containment field around a god. Not a lot of them think to siphon off a bunch of energy while they're doing it. Supercharged my demiplane, that's what I done. Yep.
As he's saying this, like, my armor is kind of forming.
Yep. So, I got a cool demiplane now. And it's not mine, but I get to watch whatever happens there. Watch what happens live. My eyes are connected. That's the only deal. I made a few other changes and modifications. Dustin's like, oh, God in heaven.
Wait.
All right.
Can I be relaying what's happening right now to Shinobi Red
Yes.
through my formation? I would just like this information to be...
She will tell you, get answers. Find out exactly what he did.
Okay.
What modifications?
Did you put something in the demiplane with her?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I put a lot of things in there.
What did you put?
Stuff I think is cool.
Cool. Cool is subjective. What?
Well,
what
like a
kinds of
Playboy
things do you think
magazine?
are Cool.
Yeah, erotica was definitely on the list.
Okay. And what was your goal with this demiplane?
I'm bored. Next time he banishes me to Schmoesville, at least I'll have something to watch while drinking my milk.
Okay. And it sounds like you've done a lot of really amazing work in there.
Yeah.
Like what?
Doesn't matter. You don't get to watch. You're the one who put her in there in the first place.
Well, you're welcome. You
Yeah.
seem to be fun.
Thank you. Have a beer.
I'm good.
Sometimes I just chew them before I drink them.
And are you looking to put someone aside from Dustin in there?
No, I don't want Dustin to go in there. Then I don't get to do stuff with his magic that's funny.
What's
So
funny? What are you trying to do with
Fun
We
nice
should
thing
leave this
you did.
creature now. We need to
I'm more
depart.
concerned. I'm more concerned if Dustin, what you're siphoning off this energy for.
Nothing bad, but I mean, you basically gave me a lot of power. It seemed a shame to just have it all go to waste. Theoretically, I was going to use its own power to power sort of arcane charges against it. I mean, it's a lot of power to keep that thing up. So we were pulling some of it off to do that, and we were collecting some of the rest of it. I mean, look, this is very basic. Any magic, any spellcaster will tell you that you want to do stuff like this. You want to have efficiencies. You know, it's like wind power, right? You know, it's there, so you got to siphon some off to use it while you can. Otherwise, you're just wasting it.
But then that thing happened.
Well, the fleecing schemes I didn't realize. I thought it was going to be gone for longer. Everything's fine. I mean, aside from, look, the boundary is fine. He just took some of the energy. We're just going to put more energy to keep it up. It's okay.
And is he gonna continue to take the energy?
No, he played his hand now, didn't he? He played a lot of hands. He came back at a very inopportune time. If he'd come back a little later, he wouldn't have so much strong stuff to take because I'd just been casting demiplanes and making boundaries for you guys. Oh, don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you can make something else big and cool and great and big. Anybody got a cigar? Suspenders?
No.
You look like you could.
No. Fair, but no. I don't smoke.
What's your deal, Suspenders?
I'm just trying to find the answer to a few problems, and you just keep creating more.
Oh. You look mad.
Not particularly. But we're getting close, I think.
Well, look. You want to cause trouble for me, you're always welcome to. But just remember, I got schemes and fleeces you haven't even thought of. Because I haven't even thought of. If you're reading my mind. I can get them in the future.
I do kind of want to see Findon just yeet him in the air.
There's a part of me that does just want to try to Meridian. Just like grab and throw him and see if I can throw him into space.
And unless any of you are going to put on bikinis and be bikini girls, I don't have much more to hear from any of you.
Where are you going after this?
I'm going to be here with my buddy Dustin.
Dustin.
You stay?
Yeah, that's why he's always trying to get rid of me.
Dustin, do you want any help with this?
No, don't. I wouldn't do anything. Well, V could probably punch him a few times, I suppose. Nah, don't. He'll just get mad if I do that. Yeah, it's fine. Synth Devil says.
Can I ask Shinobi Red? Like, I'm telling her all
understand.
this.
Yeah, of course.
What specifically would she like me to find out?
You want to? She would like to see everything. She wants to see the basement. She wants to know what was going on.
Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Yep.
Well,
Now, if you do any more cool stuff, though, we can I mean, if you guys want to keep me happy, yep, Bikini Girls is a good start. I also
So
like.
do you live in the house?
When he lets me, he usually tries to get rid of me one way or another. Can't think why.
Were you in the basement earlier?
No.
No.
Was in the basement, Dustin. All right. Listen, I understand that you guys are frustrated by this. You came to me for assistance. I did provide it. I clearly had a couple other things I had a couple of items in the fight. It's fine. Your boundary's still set. You brought that doll to me. I didn't really want to deal with that doll, but we did it, and now he's got it. I'm telling you, I don't know where that demi-plane is anymore. So, like, he's moved it away. He's probably moved it, like, to a place where, like, we can't even access it, which is both good and bad. Good for us, bad for wherever he moved it. But, I mean, this is well outside of our jurisdiction. I'm not saying that flippantly, like, if we could get it back, we could. But he, what I suspect is that he threw it somewhere and, like, didn't, he has not recorded where it's gone. And the specific charms I put against it to protect against divinations upon it, aside from whatever he's got some, I can't even get into that. I'm certainly not dealing with him. The point is, it's gone. That doll is gone. Everything she's got is gone. And apparently a full day's worth of pure, unadulterated divine energy was pumped into it first. Very dark divine energy. So yes, that is a bad situation. I'm not here to say that's good. But that has happened.
That would have been helpful to know, just so we're aware.
Well,
you know,
it has happened. It's happened, so what's the point of me telling everybody that?
Also, I don't know how it would have changed anything we did.
Precisely. We still did
To
what
be
we had to
fair.
do. I'm not thrilled about it. Again, didn't realize he was going to pop up and do this, but this is what this guy does.
Well, clearly,
If only we'd rolled...
Dustin.
If only someone had rolled a 8 on a different day, maybe things wouldn't have gone this bad at this exact moment.
Clearly, Dustin, you've got a lot to deal with.
I really do.
I can't promise you we won't be back today,
Yeah, I mean...
but
Well-
do you want us to bring anything next time?
No.
Some like
Dustin, Dustin, we're not trying to
Some
harass
bagels
you.
from Alpha City or something.
No, that's fine.
Some more warm beer.
But I'll tell you, I don't. Just let me know when you're ready to go in there and do something about that thing. I was saying I needed a couple days because I was hoping to recharge my crystals, with more energy. But screw it, it's fine. We can take it out whenever you're ready to take it out. That's fine.
Well, we're going to need to come up with some sort of plan for that. So
Sure.
take the couple days you need, I think.
Recharge. Yeah.
I haven't cast a big thing today. I could do it today, is what I'm saying, or tomorrow, whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Try and give you a heads up.
So, does that mean I can come on in, sit on your bed, use the master bathroom?
You sure you don't want any help with this? I could try to see if I could throw him into outer space like Meridian did. I've never tried that before.
What? You're gonna throw me into space?
Hang on, I'm talking to Dustin right now.
You can't throw me into space. That's rude. That's a violation of my civic rights. Civic rights? Yeah, you can't do that. Dustin's like, you know what? Go for it. That would be kind of funny to see. I'm gonna tell you there's a risk involved to you, though.
Most things are. I'm going to try to grab this thing and throw it into space.
Cool.
I
Okay.
want to see Devil's face when this happens.
As you grab it, actually, Synth Devil does scream, "No, Findon, wait." You have put your hand upon it.
Yep, I have indeed.
All right. So how did I? All right. So that would be a. Sorry. I did not have this pulled up because I'm a fool. I keep spelling it wrong. That's why. Okay. So oof. It's actually a decent chance on itself. Cool. Findon, you grab it.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull to throw it up. And your body can no longer even support your own weight. He's like, huh? And then he goes, "You're magic, aren't you?" Well, that's funny. You are on the ground at this point. You have not like fallen tremendously. You like sort of like
Yeah,
fell
just
into a
like-
sitting, and your hand is kind of clutching on him. He goes, "Whoa, hey, whoa! I think you're not even as strong as me. Let's arm wrestle." He starts arm wrestling with you. Hey, I'm an arcane sync, buddy. Should've let somebody else try it. You'll be fine. Hey, here's a beer. He puts a beer on top of your face. All right. Well, you people are weird, but thanks so much for giving me stuff. Hey, cutouts. I'm gonna say this once. You'd make a good bikini girl. All right. Bye, everybody. He walks in. Synth Devil's just like, he like leans over you, Findon. It will pass soon. I apologize. I tried to warn you.
Not your fault.
And Dustin's like, oh my god, in heaven. Dustin actually comes over and just casts a dispel magic on you. Unfortunately, that doesn't reverse the sync or anything, but he's like, shit, sorry, I said it was a risk, I didn't specify. Sorry about that, buddy. I think you probably had like a 1 in 3 chance of him doing that, and of course he did it, because he's a, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go now.
Yes, fine. Can you stand?
I'll
help him up.
split into 2 more formations and help.
As you
Correct.
by the time you're pulling him up, your strength is returning.
Okay.
6 seconds later, you're fully, back on your feet. Everything's fine. I hate those creatures, those abominations. Unfortunately, there is nothing I could do to it.
Well,
While we're
lesson
chatting,
learned.
can I use sleight of hand to sneak and see if I can see?
Well, sleight of hand. What are you trying to do?
So I have the formations. Like, so there's 3 of me. 2 were helping Findon. Now we're just kind of hanging out since he can stand by himself. I'm wondering if one can slip away to see if she can see into the basement or anything.
One absolutely can, but that is not a sleight of hand. That is a sleight of hand is like pickpocketing. It is stealth.
I know. I just have a high modifier on that.
I understand. But if you'd like to make a stealth check, you may go ahead and do so.
I will do a stealth check. Now 11.
You start walking away, and Dustin's like, "What? Oh, do you guys need to see the basement? If you want to see the basement, that's fine. There's nothing down there but a giant empty containment crystal that he drained in a heartbeat because he has my connection to it. That fucking thing, I swear to God. I swear, you pay for your mistakes forever. You know why I don't like magic? Because you make one mistake and you pay for it forever. There's no, like, it's...
I love crystals, and I would love to see it.
Fine, come on. He opens the doors, walks you guys. If you all go in, you certainly don't have to go in. If you go down, you find pretty much what he said in the basement amidst a bunch of junk and stuff. Yes, go ahead, Findon.
I'm gonna wait outside.
Sure. Fair enough. You wait outside.
Can I do an insight check to see if there's anything of interest that I think Shinobi should know about?
You can make an insight check. I mean, I assume you're just telling her everything that's happening.
Yes.
That would be like an investigation check, though, as you look around.
Okay.
Findon, as you stand out there, Honeyluck comes out with brownies and some lemonade for you. She's like, "Hey, are you okay? I heard that little thing was here. You know, we were asking you if you'd seen anything with teeth and ears earlier, and that was the thing we were looking for. Boy,
understand why
he's
now.
trouble. But here's some lemonade, and here's some. There's not even any pixie wings in this one, I promise. I'm sorry though. I didn't realize you were magic too. Are you going to join the team? It would be fun to have you. I like your suspenders."
I appreciate all of that, but no, I have other responsibilities.
Oh man, I had responsibilities once. Then I left them all waiting to join the circus. Then I had responsibilities at the circus, so I ran away to join an investment firm. She's eating a brownie.
Oh, and then you had no responsibilities.
Exactly. I'm answerable to no one. But then I caught a case of morality, and then some other things happened. Now my arms are the desert. And I use them to make dessert.
Your arms are the desert?
Sure, say something from the desert.
Dune.
She kind of just moves, and there's a sand dune. No, like something, like a thing you find in the desert.
Camel.
Well, that isn't not really. I'm more of like a southwestern sort of desert, as it were. But those are in deserts, and sometimes they've been moved there. Let's see. She kind of reaches in, and sure enough, a camel. Oh, easy girl. Wait, girl? Oh, easy boy. Sorry about that, sir. Easy boy.
Not gonna lie, Honeyluck, I've seen a lot of stuff in the last 36 hours. This is a lot.
Well, I mean, look, I can make
But
dunes
I appreciate
also.
the brownies.
Of course.
Could you pull out like Wile E. Coyote?
Are you out there with them, or did you go down to the basement, Armament?
Oh, I guess
gotta
I'm going to the
sneak peek, by
basement.
the way.
Yeah, never mind.
You can
No,
stay out if you want to.
No, I wouldn't go down.
But she's like, yep, well, there you go. Anyway, name him. Look up how to take care of a camel, I guess. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you got your strength back. I'm sorry about the little rascal. He's not really so bad. The problem is sort of, he's kind of like one of those people where if he just acts out for attention, and if you sort of cause him to act out worse, then he gets worse, and then all this stuff goes bad. So if everyone just has to be respectful for each other, that's what I say is the right way forward. Anyway, tell me what you name your camel. I'm curious to see how it works here in this more sort of urban environment. Bye. And she walks in to the house. The camel looks at you.
How do you feel about Nathan?
It spits in approval.
All right.
Meanwhile, the rest of you. And then, what did you roll for your investigation check, V?
16.
You just describe everything you see. You guys come down there. A couple other members are down there who you recognize. Whispers down there, and she's like kind of in her like cool hat and pinstripe suit, just. Well, this seems concerning, Dustin. It's like, yeah, it is concerning. All right, well, anyway, here it is, empty. So, and what you see is this giant crystal. It's, you know what? The crystal is not dissimilar in like size and scale to one Rocky Jumper. It doesn't look like Rocky Jumper because it's a crystal, but it's this empty crystal, and you do see like on the inside, almost as if like a glass of orange juice has been poured out, like little traces, almost like spider-webbed, viscous greens and purples inside. He's like, yeah, and we've, so this was siphoning energy from it. We were going to reestablish the link, but we won't do that now. We'll just burn more spells ourselves, keeping it in there. And I mean, we could turn it on a little bit, but it seems like at this point it's not even worth the risk of it. I mean, I was going to try to get a couple more days out of it. These we can do a lot with this is the reason we were doing it, but it's fine. It
was a really good plan.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I mean, like I said, you got to,
Yeah.
be efficient in your stuff. And I didn't tell you this because,
Yeah.
you guys would rather us do this, without any risks, and clearly there was a risk. Now, granted, the risk was not from the thing inside, it was from this thing I'm tied to, but enough about me. All right, well, whenever you're ready, I can come in and try to, heal that thing with a word and maybe kind of make it, you get it.
I asked Shinobi if she wants him to come over and try that.
Shinobi says, if he thinks he can do it now, perhaps he should come with you. We can formulate a plan and then take action.
Dustin, if you think you can do it, I think you should come with us and give it a go.
Sure, that's fine. Guys, shut it down. We're not getting anything out of this. I do want people to come with me and spot me, though. We're gonna try to just get rid of this thing. It's too dangerous to even siphon the shenanigans from us. Fine. Whisper's like, very well. But basically, several members of the Guild of Secrets emerge as you're standing there, Findun, eating your brownie, talking to Nathan. You all see a giant camel, and Dustin's like, what? What is that from?
This is Nathan. He runs the Topflight now.
I'm gonna go pet him.
Cool. Well, yes. Whenever you're, I guess whenever you're ready, we can head on back.
Yep.
All right.
Teleportia?
Yep. No, we'll toward everyone.
I'll coax Nathan along through the teleport to the portal.
A portal opens. The four of you and Synth Devil, Nathan, Dustin Howell, a couple other members of the team begin going through the portal. As you walk through, a voice calls to you from the door. All right, buddy. You do a good job. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. We're all counting on you here. Thanks for the imported beer in the fridge, by the way. Have a good day. And you all pass through. And Findon, you may make eye contact with the with this little thing on the doorstep, this little kind of 20 inches of just terror as he's drinking a Heineken.
I pointedly do not.
Bye, everybody. Come back around. You guys are fun. Coughs up a bottle from earlier. It's broken. Yeah. So with that, we will end the terrors of tonight's session.
Nobody died.
Remember when you rolled an 8?
Nobody
That's not true.
I know, like, I was so happy I was rolling high, and now I'm really sad that I was rolling high.
That was one of those things where I was gonna like, I'll have it be. There were a couple of like interesting thing could move the plot along at this moment or that moment, but this is earlier than I anticipated that.
I would say Findon's pride died.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not the first time though.
I felt bad, but I was like, it's a 1 in 3 chance. It's a 5 or 6. He's gonna be able to just reverse any magic coming his way, and I felt like Dustin gave you a it's risky, and Synth Devil gave you a don't do
there
it.
was plenty. I am fine. There was plenty of warning signs.
Poor Findon. So clearly, this fellow, the fleecing schemester, is one of my favorite things ever. and I was using I actually had the idea for a thing like this earlier, but when the new Ravenloft book came out, I saw the Grimishka and was like, oh, I can put these together. So I did.
How terrifying.
And then I was like, it actually is more fitting that he's because Grimishka's form when somebody makes a mistake trying to summon a familiar, basically. That's one of their origin things. I was like, that's amazing. So let's lean the hell into that. That explains why his god is, yeah, that's better than so wonderful.
Wait, so just to clarify, that
Sure.
the evil thing happened because was this because Dustin was trying to make Synth Devil his familiar? And
He's trying to
Synth
make
Devil
another
was like,
super powerful
Another-
familiar.
He
right?
was trying.
Superpower.
Dustin was trying to make a familiar more powerful than just summoning an imp. He was trying to craft a super powerful thing, and he failed. And this thing was tethered to him. So now, though he's incredibly strong, sometimes when he does strong magic, if it's on the same plane as him, it can be like, gimme, and use it for shenanigans. And it always does a disproportional response. It's the kind of thing of did you ever watch New Girl?
Yeah.
It's Winston and pranking.
Oh, okay.
So basically, he's like, Dustin's like, ha, I'm gonna put you in your room for a couple days. He's like, ha, I killed your whole second grade class. That kind of thing. You know, like, that was too much. That was too much.
So exactly the kind of thing that you love as a
A
sadist.
bad person? Yeah, exactly. Well,
Well, that was fun.
that was fun.
Well, thanks. Thanks
Yeah.
for stripping me of all that I am.
He'll do it anytime you ask, except if you ever actually ask, he'll probably roll a 1 through 4 and he won't be able to.
Yeah.
Well, very good, everybody. Well, that was fun. Definitely join us on Friday for the first session of our horror game, Blood from Stone.
There's some fun people and some fun characters on that one.
Very
I'm looking
fun
forward to
characters.
watching it.
It's great, and you'll hopefully see a lot of them as they just drop like flies. And then come back next Monday for more Topflight. All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks so much.
Good night.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye.